Ciao, lovelies. This is Reverend Sky. Wanted to jump in and get part 3 of Sexual Fantasies in for you, talking about how our sexual fantasies change over time. And absolutely they are going to do that. They will change to meet your unique needs, your your various situations, your stressors, your partner. They're going to change according to all the different aspects going on in your life, current status. Like when you're in college, sex in general is just great because, well, maybe you don't have it as much and it's still new, or you do have it a lot, but it is still new. And, well, there's so many different things to try. Everything is still awesome. And then you get into your 40s and 50s and you've done a bunch and now you've figured out what you like and what you want to do and what you won't do, what you might do with the right person. You never know. But then when you get into your 60s, you're a little less mobile, you're a little less adventurous. I'll just say that nicely. They will definitely change. They will definitely change. John Bancroft, for the dual control module for sexuality, says they will grow with your level of excitation and inhibition. So as you become more sexually open to different things, then your fantasies will change and reflect that in them. Super simple stuff, but I just love it. And your sociosexual orientation or your sociosexuality is your willingness to engage in sex outside of relationships. There is a test that I can add the link to if you guys are interested, so just let me know. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, I can get that for you. Super simple, but it is the difference between your inhibitions being restricted and unrestricted. The difference in behaviors will kind of give you a roadmap on where you are in that. Some like it, some don't, some will, some won't. It's all dependent on you, and you know what? Either way is just fine, so don't worry about that. What else we got? Oh yeah, the difference is a little thing would be the no love casual sex where you just kind of sleep with people because it's fun and you enjoy it and you're not really attached to them, or the full commitment and a greater love, if you will. So it's like all in, or, I'm in for a minute, then I'm out. That's really going to depend on where you are, current status. Like you might do it now, you might not do it when you're older. You might have not done it when you were younger and now you want to try it. Great. Do it. Do it. Don't feel bad. Your body, you know what's right and what's wrong. And if you're comfortable, then you're comfortable. And well, that's for you to figure out. That's nobody else's problem. I can just give you tips. All right. The cultural expectations of an ideal relationship have changed enormously over the last few decades. They have basically become asinine. You're asking one person to be everything. You're asking one person to be what an entire village used to give. The whole it takes a village to raise a family, well, that's absolutely true. One person can't be your confidant, the person that you go do everything with, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, your sister, your cousin, your best friend, the one you can't expect one person to fulfill every need you have. Hence why we have different relationships. All of them different, all of them special, all of them unique. But goodness, you can't ask anyone to do all of those things. You can't be the best friend and the boyfriend all the time. You can't be the best friend and the partner, whatever it is, all the time. It is unfair to ask. You want them to be emotional, but then when they're emotional, they're being too sensitive. It's just, don't do it. Have friends that you can talk about your partner with and get it off your chest where they're not going to judge your partner. And then you have your partner that you discuss other things with. And you're not hiding anything, but you are definitely not asking one person to carry all of your burdens as well as their own. Not fair. Not fair. So, yeah. We ask for someone to fill so many parts of us that we eliminate everybody else from our lives. And then we end up with no one because, well, we have this person and this person's going to do it all right. So unfair. So unfair. I have so many people in my life that have helped me get to where I am, helped me raise my children, helped me do all sorts of stuff. And I would not give up my family, my PH family, my blood family, my friend group. I would not give these people up for thinking one person could take their place. That's, again, asinine. Expectations for a successful relationship have changed. And I don't know that they've changed for the better. I know communication has become more of a thing, and that is amazing. But again, communication. There's a lot of people in your life you can communicate with. It doesn't have to be the same person all the time. It doesn't have to do it. So, on that, sexual fantasies have really changed because of, like in general, women weren't really allowed to, like, they weren't even taken into consideration half the time when things were going on in the bedroom because it was really just for children, like for childbearing. So women weren't even really allowed, or they were probably allowed in their own head, but many of them, if you talk to older people, that wasn't something that was talked about. That wasn't something that a nice girl did. Like my grandmother, I asked her, and she talked to my mom about sex, and my mom would talk to her about sex, but my mom can't talk to me about sex, and my grandmother couldn't talk to her mom about sex. So I think it's all really like where you are. I'm a little bit different than my mom, so maybe that's it. But again, cultural, age, it all makes a difference. So I'm just really careful when we talk about it. Well, when I talk about work, I'm careful. How about that? So sad. We used to be embarrassed that we even had sex, and now people are embarrassed to say that they haven't had sex. And your fantasies will continue to change as you do. They're going to change as you grow, as your beliefs become different, the culture you live in. If you move somewhere new, you might adapt to some of that stuff. Religious beliefs, political beliefs, your own personal morals, your boundaries, all of these things are going to come into play with your sexual fantasies. And as you get older and as you learn more about yourself and what you do and don't like, those fantasies will change to fit you. And that's part of the learning experience. That's the part of the fun of sex, is you can do it over and over again. It still feels just as good, because then once you get it down, you know what you like, and then it can only get better. So learn with the experience, change it up to fit you. If you have a fantasy and you're like, I don't know about this part anymore, like, I don't know, then you know what? Do something else. It's okay. We're all allowed, and it's awesome. And that's part of the fun of being able to play with somebody, whether it's a long-term partner, a short-term partner, a trusted lover, whatever that might be. Let it happen. Good stuff. All right, lovelies. Fantasies, your sexual fantasies change over time. It makes sense. Everything about you does. So do these. So much luck to all of you if you're trying these things out or digging deep. If you need my help, let me know. I'm always available to chat. We'll talk to you guys soon. I hope you have the day that you deserve. Ciao.